There are a lot of platforms where people talk, but not a lot of spaces where people are actually heard, where conversations aren't rushed, where perspectives aren't filtered, and where culture isn't diluted. So the question becomes, what would it look like to build a space that actually protects that? So this right here is Provoking Perspectives. And welcome to the podcast. I'm your girl, Miss Bree, the voice behind the platform. And like I stated earlier, this isn't just your regular podcast, okay? This is a space for deeper conversations, real perspectives, and voices that actually move our culture forward. This is a space built for people who want more than a surface level conversations, people who want to think, people who want to question, people who actually want to understand that conversations can shift every how you see everything. So I created this space because I noticed something. We actually live in a time where everybody has something to say, but not everybody is being heard with intention. More importantly, not every space is built for us to speak freely, fully, and honestly. And a lot of times conversations get reduced to clips, reactions, to arguments, to who said what first, to who was the loudest, to who went viral. But sometimes the real conversation is underneath all of that. Sometimes the real perspective gets missed because people are too busy doing whatever. And that's where Provoking Perspectives comes in, a space where we can talk about culture, community, business, identity, growth, impact, and the things that shape how we move through the world. It's about making room for conversations that deserve more depth. And I want to be real for a second. This didn't just come out of nowhere. I actually listened to a lot of different voices, a lot of different styles, different types of conversations, different types of platforms. But what connects all of them for me is how they show up for our culture. They may not do it all the same way. They may not all speak to the same audience. They may not all have the same delivery. But something about each of them causes me to pay a lot of attention to. And when I think about the voices and the people who really influence how I view purpose and community, one person comes to mind, Nipsey Hussle, because what stood out to me was never just the music. It was actually his vision. It was actually the ownership, the Black ownership. It was the intention behind everything that he was doing for his people and his community. The way he talked about his community, all of the economic growth for Black people, the ownership, and creating opportunities for our people. It actually felt bigger than just your regular entertainment artist. He felt so purposeful in his mission or his marathon, if I may. And I truly respect that deeply because it showed that culture is not just about what we consume on a day to day basis. It's about what we build for each other, the legacies that we leave behind, the things that we invest in together. The energy absolutely influenced this platform that I call Provoking Perspectives. I want this platform to feel very intentional, not rushed, not performative, and not built for just clicks because a lot of platforms do that. I'm just saying. This platform, I want it to feel like it's built with a vision, built with a purpose, built to contribute something real to the culture that we share together for Black and brown people. And then you also have voices like Tabitha Brown. And what I appreciate about her is her authenticity, the warmth and the honesty that comes with that. The way she shows up fully as herself while still making other people feel seen. She makes people feel heard and comfortable enough to reflect. There's something powerful about people who don't have to force their voice to make an impact. People who lead with truth, care, and genuine connection. And as a young woman myself, I think that truly matters because sometimes strength is not always loud. Sometimes strength looks like confidence without pretending. Sometimes it looks like being grounded enough to speak while honestly being real with your community, especially in today's world where communication feels disconnected, performative, or transactional. That balances the realness, the peace, and all of the personality and intention that she gives off. It's something I want provoking perspectives to go out into the world and carry. And then you also have voices like 19 Keys, where the focus is on knowledge and elevation and really challenging how we think and grow, especially within our Black community and even in broader Black and Brown people. The kind of content that pushes you to make you think the bigger questions, question about the ownership, questions about purpose, questions about your own identity, questions about where you're going and not just where you have been. I respect platforms and voices like that because some people actually talk about growth. It's something that we can build towards. It's something that belongs to us too, and that it matters because perspective with knowledge, it can actually move you. And lastly, but certainly not least of them all, you got your voices like Roland Martin, those who bring information and awareness and real conversations to our local Black communities. And what I respect is the accountability, the directness, the willingness to say what needs to be said, especially when it comes to Black owned media, Black ownership, Black politics, Black business, and Black awareness. You already know he's probably gonna say something like, you can't be Black owned media and be scared. And honestly, that is exactly my favorite part about Provoking Perspectives because we are a Black owned media company, or we're building that, and we're not scared to do anything at all. So, or challenge anything at all. And for me, it was never about picking one style. It was about asking, what happens when you create a space that allows for all of it? All of the depth, the honesty, the confidence, the knowledge, the culture, all in one place, but also done intentionally. So that is what Provoking Perspectives is, you see. This platform is different because we are not here to just talk all the time. We are here to challenge how we think. We're here to open up conversations about what people have been avoiding. We're here to highlight those voices and spotlight them. We're here to talk about culture, not just about what entertains in a way that makes us reflect, in a way that makes us question, in a way that makes us grow. But because we're also not here to agree, we're here to understand to avoid the surface. Okay? This is actually for the provokers, the thinkers, the builders, the creators, and the founders, and the community minded people, most importantly, the ones who know there is more to a conversation than what we actually see online, the one who likes to engage in ideas and not react to them. And this is where the Perspective Collective begins, a space where people can discover stories, resources, recommendations, businesses, and perspectives that actually matter. And actually, one thing I've been thinking about is how people often hold back what they really think. Not because they don't have something to say. People who will judge me, people who will think that they're doing too much, people who will say, is this too controversial? And you matter. Because when people don't feel like they can express perspective freely, we lose real conversation. We lose the real we lose real connection. We lose the growth because growth does not always feel comfortable. Sometimes you just have to pause and step back. Sometimes it makes you want to look at yourself, your community, your relationships, your decisions, and your belief differently. And I want you to know that there is power in the perspective. It does not always come to make you feel comfortable. And that's the point. I want to ask you something. When was the last time you really said what you think without filtering it for how it could be received? And if you didn't, why? Was it fear? Was it actually the timing? Was it the environment? Was it because you did not feel safe enough to be honest? Was it because you knew people would hear your words and not your heart? That is the kind of conversation I want us to have right here on this platform. Not just what we think, but why we think it. Not what just we believe, but what shaped our belief. not just what we say out loud, but what we actually have been holding back as well, because that matters all too well. So if this right here resonated with you, then I want to let you know that this is just the beginning. So go to the website, join the Perspective Collective, be a part of the conversation. And if you have a voice, a story, a business, a brand, a lesson, or a perspective, this platform has been built for you, because Provoking Perspectives is not just about me speaking. It's about creating a space where more voices can be heard with intention. So, if you are a provoker, if you are someone who thinks deeper, if you are someone who sees the world differently, if you are someone who knows conversations can shift culture, then you, my friend, are in the right place. This is Provoking Perspectives, and we're not here to just talk. We think. So I'll see you guys in the next conversation. Later.